Good morning once again. Today we're going to start our discussion on time value of money. The time value of money principles and time value of money computations. So we learned before that 1 peso today is not the same as 1 peso in the future. We would rather have 1 peso or 1 million for that matter today as compared to having 1 million after 1 year. It's because money has cost. Okay, so today we're going to learn more about these concepts and learn how to compute for present values, future values, annuities. Okay, so we're going to use this workbook. There are 4 worksheets here. Maybe we're going to add some more to comprise our discussion on the time value of money. Okay, so first let's take a look at computing for the future value and the present value. When we compute for the future value, so let me just use my digital pen. Okay, so it's best to discuss this using the timeline. So if we have let's say 1 million today at time 0 now, the question as to how much that will be, say 4 years down the road, how much will it be for after 4 years? Okay, how much will this 1 million be after 4 years, assuming that it will earn an interest or a rate of return of R? Okay, so that value 5 years down the road is called your future value. And you can easily compute for your future value using the formula. Future value is equal to whatever the amount you have. Let's say it's your 1 million multiplied by a certain factor. And that factor is 1 plus your R, okay, raised to the T, the number of periods, where T in this case is 4. Okay, this process of getting the future amount of a particular amount now is called compounding. Okay, so when you're getting the future value, you are compounding. Okay, and the factor that you use to multiply to your value now is called your compound factor. So this one, guys, yung 1 plus R raised to the T is called your compound factor. Okay. On the other hand, if you're given a certain value in the future, and then you would want to get its equivalent value now, okay, then you are what we call discounting. So to get the future value, you are compounding your the value. To get the present value, you are discounting. Okay, so to get the present value, we use the formula PV is equal to whatever your value is. Let's say whatever your M is, your value, let's call it M, and then you multiply it by the factor 1 plus R raised to the negative T. Okay, the 1 plus R raised to the negative T is called your discount factor. Okay, so this is your discount factor, this one. This is your discount. Discount factor. Okay, the discount factor can also be written as, what do you think, guys? Can somebody please state how else can we write the 1 plus R raised to the negative T? In algebra, this can be written as, anyone? How do we rewrite a negative exponent? Thank you, Christian. You were raising your hand. Yes, please. Okay, so my answer date.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Sige, Christian, please.
This can be written as 1 all over 1 plus R.
Raised to the?
Raised to T po.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
Not
Thank you.
negative na, sir.
Wala nang negative, no? Wala nang negative.
Yes po, sir.
Yeah. Khalil, thank you, Khalil and Roy, for the answers. Pero, yung 1 plus R, sulat ko lang para sure tayo, no? Yung 1 plus R, let me write it here. 1 plus R raised to the negative T is equal to 1 over 1 plus R raised to the T. Okay, natanggalan yung negative. But it should still be yung 1 plus R to the T pa rin, no? At tinanggalan natin negative. And then 1 over. Okay, so just reminder about that, no? Pag negative exponent, that's another way to write your negative exponent. Okay, so today we're going to discuss and use Excel in computing for future values or compounding, and computing for the present values given a future value, or that's called discounting. Okay, so let's start with this one. Suppose we have 1 million today, and the term is 20 years. We're going to put it in an investment that earns a rate of 12%. How much will money be? Okay, how much will our money be after 20 years? If we have 1 million today. Okay, so it's just like if we're going to draw the timeline. So let's draw the timeline for that one. So the timeline is, so you have now, time 0 is now, and that's, we have 1 million. Okay, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's break this into 19 and then 20. Okay, so we have 1 million now, and we would like to know how much will this be in 20 years time. So that's the future value. We'd like to know the future value of a single stream of cash flow. Notice guys, isang cash flow lang yan, yung 1 million ngayon, no? We want to get the equivalent value. Equivalent value after 20 years if the rate of return is 12%. That's the problem we're looking for. Okay, we can do this, guys. We can, of course, use the future value formula, which is equal to the present value times 1 plus your R raised to the T. We multiply it with the compound factor, and this translates into 1 million times 1 plus 12% raised to the 20th power. Okay, so very easy in math, very easy in calculators, but we'll be using Excel. Okay, so let's compute for that. Let's start first with the formula. So for the formula, it's equal to compound, you make use of the present value, which is 1 million. Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds, guys, to generate the answer using the formula. Tapos pakilagay sa chat box. Okay, so we have some answers here. 9646293. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Khalil. 9646293. Others, guys, may ibang ibang answer. Okay, thank you, Theo. Okay, thank you, Christian. Okay, looks like pare-pareho answer. Thank you, Hans. Okay, so let's wait for a few more. Let's see if they're getting the same answer. Your classmates are getting the same answer. Meron pa ba, guys? Okay, Pauline. Thank you, Pauline. Thank you, Ashley. Okay. Sino pa? Okay. So far, guys, I think 8 to 10 of you answered, and we're getting the same answers. Okay, I'd like to validate that. So let me use the formula here. So it's equal to, this is equal to the present value times parenthesis 1 plus our rate is this one. Okay, and how do you do exponent in in Excel? Paano tayo nag-exponent sa Excel? Okay, thank you. That's a caret, no? So that's shift 6. Shift 6. Oops. Shift 6 for some of your PCs, and then sorry, and then 20 there. Okay, I think I've mentioned to you before that as much as possible when you're doing some computations, as much as possible, do not put absolute values in your computation. It's best to have the constants, the values separated, so that when you do sensitivity analysis, when you change a particular value, automatically your answer will be changed. Okay. All right. So you're correct. It's the caret symbol. Control Enter. So I'm getting 9646293. Okay, you're correct. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, then, however, we can also use the built-in functions in Excel. Okay, so Excel, nagamit nyo na ba yung is equal to FB? Have you used this before, guys? Pakicheck na kung nagamit nyo na yung FB function in Excel. Okay, good. Because these are learning opportunities for us. Maraming functions on time value of money sa Excel, and we're going to use that. So, before I type the parentheses, nagbibigay si Excel ng ano ng definition kung ano yung FB function. Yan. Returns the future value of an investment based on periodic constant payments and a constant interest rate. Okay? So the future value daw sa function in Excel, the FB function returns the future value. Okay, based on periodic constant payments. Okay, so constant payment, isa lang yung payment natin na 1 million, and then and a constant interest rate. Okay, Christian, paki-mute na muna ha. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we have FB, no? Open parenthesis. Then these are the parameters na hinihingi sa atin. Okay, unang-una yung rate, no? Ang rate natin, okay, given at 12%. Comma, and per is the number of periods. Ilang years daw i-compound. So we know that the and per here is 20. Okay, comma, PMT. PMT, guys, refers to annuity. So explain ko mamaya kung ano yung annuity. Annuity refers to constant, uniform constant payments. So kunyari, tigo 100 for the next 20 years, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. That's an annuity. Now for this stream of cash flows, do we have an annuity here? May annuity ba tayo, guys? Kung ito yung timeline natin, 1 million initially, and then magkano siya after 20 years. Now, we don't find here an annuity, no? Kasi pag sinabing annuity, meron tayong uniform. Uniform stream of cash flows. Okay, thank you, Teo. Very correct, no? So, ibig sabihin, tagwa 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 hanggang dulo. So, wala naman tayong ganung stream of cash flows. We only have one single amount here, yung 1 million. Okay, so repeat ko lang, guys, ang annuity is just to be just to illustrate, although mamaya i-discuss natin. Wait, naka-active yata yung ano ko. Okay, I'm here, no? So wala tayong PMT. Wala tayong annuity. So either type 0 or ignore and then go to comma. Pag pag nagkama ulit tayo, ibig sabihin nun, the number between the commas is nothing, no? It's 0. So Excel will read that as 0, meaning there's no annuity for this specific problem. And then you're asked for the present value. Ano yung present value natin? It's 1 million. Right? And then, comma, you have type. So we have two types here, end of the period at saka beginning of the period. Okay, yung type, guys, it refers, it's related to the PMT, to the annuity. Since wala naman tayo annuity, guys, you can either type 0 or ignore. Just ignore na lang. Okay, so we ignore the type since the type refers to annuity. So kung may annuity problems, doon natin lalagay yan. Pag hindi naman annuity yung problem, we'll just ignore that. So that this is the answer that we're getting. Control Enter. Okay. So let me just explain kung paano ko linagay natin dito 0, dito sa PMT. You'll get the same answer. Control Enter. So it's the same. Okay. So I'll just disregard this. Okay. Now, why is it that Excel is generating a negative answer? Okay. Bakit siya nagne-negative? Okay, let me explain that. For Excel, sa functions na Excel ang time value of money, very important, guys, yung direction ng cash flow. Yung inflow ba siya o outflow? So here, ano yung natin? Ano yung present value? Is it positive or negative? Paki-chat, please. I'm asking, what's the sign of our present value? Is it positive or negative? Okay, thank you, Khalil. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Teo. Roy, salamat. Okay, you're correct, guys. It's positive, no? Ano ibig sabihin ng positive? Inflow, papasok yung pera. So this, what's the term for that? What's a good term? This, okay, pictures na lang. Pictures a scenario where we are, let's say, having a loan, no? Kasi papasok yung pera. So nag-loan tayo ng 1 million. Okay? Inflow yan. From our perspective, kasi tayo nagko-compute, no? So from our perspective, we made a loan. So that's positive kasi papasok yung pera. And then after 20 years, sabi ni Excel, ano gagawin? The future value is a negative. Ibig sabihin nun, payment yan, outflow. So if we borrow 1 million now, after 20 years, if we're borrowing at 12%, we will have to pay 9.6 million. Okay, kaya nagne-negative siya. Okay, so just be aware of that, guys, na very particular si Excel about the direction of the cash flow. So pag positive yung present value natin, magre-return siya ng answer na negative to indicate that this, on the other hand, is a cash outflow. Now, if we're not bothering about what if this was negative, no? Pag ginawa natin negative, ibig sabihin nag-invest tayo, nag-outflow tayo. You'll notice that the answer becomes positive. Okay? So for Excel, take into consideration yung direction ng cash flow. Okay, so let me revert to that. Now here, hindi naman tayo concerned about we're not concerned about whether it's an outflow or an inflow. Gusto lang natin malaman yung absolute figure, yung amount. So I'll just put a negative here in front of FB. Okay, if you do that, mawawala na yung negative. Kasi we're not concerned about the type of transaction, whether it's a loan or whether it's an investment. Okay, hindi yun ang concern natin. Basta ang hinahanap lang natin yung value. Or we can do this, no? So this is the rate, this is the NPER, this is PV. Sa PV, pwede natin ilagay negative dito. So babasahin ni Excel yan. Negative yung PV, ibig sabihin investment yan. So ang answer niyan will be positive. Okay. However, guys, I find this to be more convenient. I'll just put the negative here. Okay, pause muna ako. Any questions? Okay, dun sa paggamit ng FB. Clear ba tayo? Clear so far, guys? Paki-chat naman please kung clear yung paggamit natin ng formula at saka yung paggamit ng FB function ng Excel. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Kung walang negative, so are you referring to the present value, Roy?
Opo, sir.
Okay.
Di ba sabi niyo po, sir, kung positive, kung negative, investment po siya. So, ano naman
Kasi
po kapag
labas siya. Kung walang negative, katulad ngayon, no, walang negative, ibig sabihin cash inflow yan. So ano ba yung mga scenarios na may cash inflow tayo? It can be a loan, no? Umutang tayo ng pera, no? Pag umutang tayo ng pera, papasok yung pera nun. So that's a positive cash flow. Okay?
Okay po, sir. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you, Roy. Thank you for that question. Okay, so ang ano lang naman dito, guys, ang sinasabi lang ni Excel, ang natutunan natin dito, sensitive si Excel dun sa direction ng cash flow. Okay, ibig sabihin, pag itong 1 million na to positive, ibig sabihin nag-loan tayo, pumasok yung cash, yung future value niyan will be a negative. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng parehong positive, guys, no? So yung syntax sa Excel, ganun na ginawa niya para yung isa magiging inflow, yung isa magiging outflow. And there's a good reason for that. Mamaya papakita natin, no, na tama yung ginawa ni Excel, tama yung ginawa ng Microsoft about this. Kasi paano kung may multiple cash flows na? Kasi pwedeng within the year, guys, or within the period, iba't ibang years, may mga inflows at saka may mga outflows. Then that's where the beauty of an inflow or an outflow comes into play, no? Pag meron tayong multiple different types of cash flows within for a particular period. Okay, now here I'd like to illustrate here the power of compounding. Kasi yung formula natin dito, class yung 1 plus r raised to the t, yung compound factor natin, it's very sensitive to increases, particularly in increases in time. So you notice, guys, yung time dito hindi siya multiplicative, but it's raised to a certain power, di ba, yung time? Naka-raise siya to the tth power. So, very sensitive itong compound factor na to sa pag-increase ng time. Okay? So here, what about if we compound it for 30 years? Okay, so let's use the formula. Okay, can we copy this formula? Can I copy this to this cell? Yung formula na to? Paki-chat nga kung yes or no, guys. Can I copy that cell, guys? Okay, I'm seeing 3 answers. Okay, thank you. Na nag-increase yung iba, guys. Okay, yes, okay, correct, no? Tama. Pwede natin makopy yung formula na to. No? Okay, so let me copy this. Control C, okay, Control V. So kinopy ko lang, no? Okay, so take a look at this, guys. Yung 9.6 million in 20 years became 29 million in 30 years. No? Okay, so i-move ko lang to. I-move ko to, ha. And then maybe I will copy this. And change this to 100. Dagdagan natin, guys. Gawin natin up to 100. No? So we can copy this formula. We can drag this formula. Okay. And try to see what happens to our compounded value. Okay. Tingnan nyo, guys, no? 9 million, naging 29, naging 93, naging, so this is 83 billion already. So if you have 1 million today, and if you invested it up to 100 years, if you're still alive at that time, no? O kaya gumawa tayo ng para magiging anak o magiging grandson, kunya gumawa tayo ng will, for example, that this amount will be given to my grandson na tayo. Example lang, no? Example lang. So it becomes 83 billion, no? After 100 years. Okay, so you can see that it's not a multiplicative increase, but rather it's an exponential increase. Lalaki ng lalaki talaga, ang laki ng increase, no? Kaya nga, guys, ito yung concept ng kunyari sa insurance. That's why when you have the capability already, guys, kunyari, pag nag-work na kayo, pag nag-graduate kayo ng college, o kaya kahit ngayon, kung kumikita na kayo, kung you have your small business, it makes sense also to invest in insurance for your future. Para sa ano nyo, kunyari, para pinaplano nyo, pag nag-retire na kayo later on, meron kayong makukuha. So, pwede kayong mag-variable insurance, variable link na insurance, no? Kasi yung, ang kaganda ng insurance, guys, meron kayong protection, tapos meron din kayong kumikita din yung pera nyo. So as compared to just a bank, no? We'll talk about this when we go to investment. And your money, pag nasa insurance, it grows exponentially like this, no? Okay, so maybe let's do this, no? I'm going to insert a sheet. So let's do this. Let's create a 1, 2, 3. Okay. So this is our amount, 1 million. $1 million. No? Tapos ang rate natin is 12%. Okay, then let's compute for the future value if gawin natin increments of 5. Okay, do you know, guys, how to construct an increment? Kunyari 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Anong shortcut na ganyan? Kunyari up to 100. Can anyone suggest, guys? Yung series 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can anyone suggest what's a fast way to do this? Anyone, guys? If you want to construct a uniform stream of numbers, kunyari 5 increments of 10, 5 pala, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, up to 100. Kasi kung dito, itatype ko pa isa-isa, no? 35, 40. Matagal, no? Can anyone suggest, guys? What's a faster way to do this? So in the course of our subject, guys, we're going to learn tips and tricks in Excel. That's guaranteed. I'm going to teach you a very efficient way to do things in Excel. Okay, yes, Joanna?
Sir, you select what, then you drag down.
Okay, yeah, correct. No? Pwedeng ganon, no? Pwedeng select muna natin yung unang dalawa para alam na ni Excel yung pattern and then drop down natin. Nakita nyo, no? Sinasabi niya kung ano yung mga up to 100. Okay? Alright, so okay lang yan, guys kung maliit lang yung stream natin. What if, let's say, we want to generate up to 1,000? Medyo matagal na yon, no? Kung i-drop down lang natin, 1,000, medyo minsan mahirap pa. No? Yan, hanapin natin yung 1,000 dyan. Okay. Yan, 1,000. Okay. And what if it's up to 1 million? Good luck. Good luck sa atin. Mahirapan na tayo nun kung up to 1 million. So, okay lang to, guys, yung drop down. You establish the pattern. Okay, 5, 10, okay na yan. And then drop down, copy down. That's okay. Up to 100. Maliit lang naman siya. But there are other ways to do this, guys. So, bibigyan ko kayo ng example. Okay, pwede tayo magsimula sa 5. 5 lang. So, you start here. 5. And then, okay. So, nasa home tab tayo, home. And then, nakikita nyo dito, guys, yung editing. Paki-chat nga if you can see the editing dito sa ribbons na to, guys, yung editing. Can you see? Okay, thank you, Khalil. Thank you. Okay. So, nasa home tayo. Dito tayo, yung first natin. And then go to editing. And then yung field dito, field. Field, then you have series. Yan. Ito yon. Walang shortcut no? Series. Okay. And then, Is the series to be in rows or in columns? So gusto natin in columns, ano, pababa. So I'm going to click this. Okay. So in fact, you have here, okay, is it date ba yung pinapa-fill up natin? Pwede yun, no? Is it growth rate or is it linear? So dito linear lang siya kasi increments of 10 lang. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Okay? So ano yung step value natin? Ano yung step value? Ibig sabihin, ano yung increments? Nagsimula tayo sa 5. By how much will we increase 5? So the step value is 5. Okay? And then ano yung stop value natin? Okay, correct. Thank you, Khalil. Thank you, Roy. 5 siya. And then ang stop value natin, kung saan natin gusto matapos? 100. 100. Yan. Okay? Alright. Yan, automatically. No? Now, sabi natin, okay lang naman kanina yung drop down pag maliit lang. No? Pero pag malaki na, let me illustrate. No? Fill, series. Okay, step value natin is increments of 5. Stop value is 1 million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Pag ganyan na guys, tingnan nyo. Okay. Ay, sorry. Control C. Naka-rows pala ako. No? Pag rows guys, horizontal niya ibibigay yan. Okay, thank you Roy, you're correct. Stop value is 100. So dito fill, okay, and then series. Okay, dapat in rows tayo. Okay, step value is 5. Stop value is 1 million. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. You see guys how easy it is to, yan, hanggang 1 million yan. See? Nasa row 2004. Imagine guys kung i-scroll down lang natin yan. No? Balik ko na lang, Control C. Okay, so it's 5 up to 100. Okay guys, clear? Clear yung mga small tips sa ganito na makakatulong to if you're generating a series. So nasa home siya, fill, editing, tapos fill, and then series. No? Okay, and then you have choices. You can do dates. No? Pwede kayong mag-fill ng date. Okay, pero dapat yung kung saan kayo nakalagay guys, kung saan kayo nakalagay, okay, dapat date yan, no? Dapat date. Okay, so anyway, ito na lang muna. And then let's compute for the future value. Future value. So the future value, let's use Excel's negative FB. Negative ako guys para positive na yung lalabas sa answer, no? Negative FB. And then our rate is 12%. I'm going to fix this. Phoenix ko yung row guys, no? $3. Okay, naka-fix yung row kasi I'm going to copy this going down. Hindi naman mag-change yung column position ko. Nasa column D lang ako lagi. So no need for me to fix yung column C. Okay, and then comma, NPER. This is our NPER, no? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, etc. Okay, comma. PMT, it's not an annuity, so ignore that. Present value is 1 million. And then I'm also going to fix row 4 kasi ikakopy ko siya pababa. Hindi naman kailangang magbago na yung position ni column C, no? And then I'm going to ignore type, close this, control enter. Okay, so let me just control 1. Tanggalin ko lang yung dollar sign guys, number lang, number. Okay, so if I double click this, there, ito yung kanina guys, so yung 83 billion natin. Okay, so you can see here the increase guys is not, it's not additive, no? Hindi siya tigwa 1 million kasi from 8 million to 15, from 15 to 26 billion pala, 26 to 47, 47 to 83. And if we plot this, okay, let me show you how our insert, plot natin guys, insert, and then let's use a scatter plot tayo. Let's use a scatter plot. Ito, yung walang dots na lang ito. Kung may dots, ang pangit. Kasi ito na lang. Yan. All right, take a look, guys. Take a look at our plot, no? So it tells us, guys, habang lumalaki yung yung time period natin, okay? It's not a linear. Hindi linear yung relationship. Kasi pag linear yan, okay, pag linear siya, guys, shapes natin. Okay, let me just, ganito kasi linear, no? So you notice, guys, kung linear lang yung yung increments, yung growth, ito yung linear growth eh. Then after 100 years, dapat andito lang siya. No? Ito lang yung value natin, yung future value natin. But the growth, guys, is not linear because of the compound factor 1 plus r raised to the power t. So you notice this, guys? You notice yung difference nila kapag exponential yung yung growth versus linear yung growth. Okay, so that's what happens in investment, guys. For example, as I mentioned a while ago, so I'm just telling, for example, kapag nag-invest kayo, example, insurance, okay, ganito yung growth, guys, ng ng pera natin pag maglalagay tayo kunyari ng insurance. So it makes sense really to invest in an insurance for para sa retirement nyo. And the earlier you realize that, guys, the better. Kasi lalo na ngayon, equipped tayo with that knowledge na hindi maganda na ipapasok mo lang yung pera natin sa bangko, no? Because although sa bangko, ganun din naman ang compounding niya, guys, exponential din in this case. Kaso yung return niya, guys, is very, very small. It's very, very negligible kasi yung R niya, no? As compared to pag ipasok natin siya sa mga other investments which gives us higher rates of return. Malaki yung difference. Okay? It's a big difference. All right, so this was just to illustrate to you the power of compounding. Kita nyo, no? Ang laki, no? That's the power of compounding versus just the power, kung simple compounding lang, ganito rin kakalabasan nun, guys. Yung future value natin will be somewhere here. Okay, if it was 1 plus r times t. Okay, 1 plus r times t. Okay, let's illustrate that. Ganun na lang para makita natin yung difference. No? So let's compute here for the future value. Okay, so this is equal to negative. Sorry, ipo-formula ko na lang, guys, kasi walang simple compounding sa Excel eh. So it's the present value. I'm going to fix the row times 1 plus the rate. So, okay. And then times t. So minultiply lang natin sa t, guys. No? Okay, so you'll notice the difference. No? So let's add na lang tayo dito. So here, okay, select data, and then add. Ang X values natin is this one. Okay, this is just another way to do this. And then these are our Y values. Okay. Mali nga pala. Tingnan nyo, guys, linear lang pala siya, no? Okay, mali yung pag-plot ko. Okay, ulitin ko na lang. Sorry about that. Insert. Okay, bakit siya nag-straight line lang? Kasi, okay. So, kailangan i-modify ko to. Masyado maliit kasi, guys, no? Okay. Am I getting the slope? No, I'm not getting the slope. May problem ako sa pag-plot ko. Kasi ang plinat lang niya yung yung years lang tong 100. Hindi niya plinat yung okay. So why am I getting that? Sorry guys, select data, mag-add tayo ng series. Okay. Okay, sige, i-resolve ko muna to guys. I'm having a problem with my plot. Kasi I was expecting na dapat at least dapat dapat yung 100 naging 112 million, no? So halos parang straight line lang siya guys, no? Okay, sorry guys, let me resolve this. Hindi ko, dapat nagsislope siya ng konti eh. Bakit kaya hindi siya nagsislope? 112, so dapat this is 1, 2, 3, billions na kasi ito, no? 10 billion. Oo, tama, halos ganun lang siya, no? Kasi this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 10 billion. Ito 10 billion to eh. So ibig sabihin ang 112 million is just somewhere here. Hindi to scale to unless pag ibaguhin ko naman yung ano niya, yung i-design ko siya tapos okay, dali. Format data series. Gawin ko secondary axis. Hindi natin makikita yung ano. Okay? Okay, it's not good. Ginawa ko siyang secondary series so hindi natin makikita yung effect ng compounding. Okay, anyway guys, mukhang tama naman yung plot natin kaso tingnan nyo guys, ang layo ng ano, no? Itong hindi na siya makita eh kasi we cannot see the effect. 112 million, masyado na siyang maliit, no? Compared to 83 billion. Kaya hindi noticeable guys yung ano, hindi noticeable yung effect ng ano ng compounding kung ano lang, kung if it's only a simple interest. Ito kasi compounded interest to. Ito simple interest. May nag-chat ba? Oo nga eh. Yeah, Teo, you're correct. Masyadong malaki yung gap. Kaya hindi na noticeable. Yeah. So this just dramatizes the fact that malaki yung difference guys kung ano siya, kung exponential compounding versus simple compounding lang. Ito kasi ang ginamit natin dito, simple interest lang to eh. No? We multiply the time. Dito guys, raised to t to, no? Raised to t. Okay, so anyway, this is just meant to show you the power of compounding. Na grabe yung exponential growth kung compounded exponentially yung ano natin, yung investment. Okay? All right. Now, for example, for this one, how long, ang question na to, how long will it take the money to double? Paano kaya? Yung 1 million, gaano katagal yan bago maging 2 million? Okay, so we can do this two ways. One is yung Excel function, another one is is by yung goal seek natin. Pwede natin magamit yung goal seek dyan. Dali, ha? Yes, thank you, Khalil. Yeah, we can use goal seek yung what if analysis natin. No? So sige, gamitin natin goal seek dito. Okay, so paano yung goal seek natin? Data, then data analysis. So, pero bago yan guys, paano muna? Paano muna natin gagawin? 12% yung rate, no? Tapos ano? Hindi natin alam kasi guys kung ano di ba? Hindi natin alam kung ilan yung years, no? Yun nga hinahanap natin, how long. So paano 'yun? Any suggestion, guys? Paano natin i-goal seek to? Remember yung ano natin, data, and then dito sa what if analysis. Tingnan natin yung syntax ng goal seek, ha? Ano yung isi-set cell natin? What do we set, guys? H12, okay. Khalil, thank you. Asa H12 natin? Yeah. H12, okay. Set cell natin, H12. So set cell natin si H12 to what value? 2 million, okay, correct. By changing what cell? H10. So, sige nga, gawin natin yon. Okay. Set cell H12 to what value? To 2 million by changing what cell? Ito. Ganun ba, guys? Wala tayong makukuha dyan. Ano sabi, guys? Dapat may formula to. Ano yung formula natin dito? Okay, ano suggestion natin? Yung FB function. Okay, sige. So, i-dictate nyo sa akin, ha? Okay. Cancel ko muna to. So, ikakopy natin dito, guys, yung FB function. Ito ba? Is equal to negative FB, ganun. Ano yung rate natin? 12%. Okay, comma. And per is what? What's and per, guys? Yes. Okay, H12, no? Ito yung H12 natin. Okay, ito yung papasolve natin kay Excel, no? Okay. PMT, ignore. Present value is 1 million. Okay, type ignore. So ngayon, it's still 1 million, no? Bakit 1 million, guys? Kasi zero yung ano natin, yung period, no? Pag lagyan natin ng 1 yan, okay? So this will be the interest at the present future value kung 1 year, no? Tapos kung gawin natin 2, yan. Magiging 12554. Okay, so how do we now solve for this, guys? Gusto natin magdoble yung pera natin. So paano, guys? Data. What if analysis, goal seek. All right, set cell. What are we going to set? Set this cell, guys, to what value? To 2 million by changing what cell? By changing the number of years. Yun ba? Okay? There. 2 million siya, and it will take 6.12 years, guys. Around 6.12 years for the money to double. At 12% interest, okay, questions, guys? Clear ba yun? I-set natin to ulit, ha? Set cell, this one, to what value? 2 million by changing the rate. Okay. Kinapi-paste ko si Golsik dito para may reference ko. Of course, guys, dapat naka-formula tong ano, yung future value natin. Okay, there's another way to do this. We can use the NPER. Yung NPER, it tells us the number of years, no? Okay, so ang rate natin is 12%. So dito lang, 12%. PMT, none. Present value, 1 million. Okay. Future value, guys. Yeah. Okay. All right. Maganda exercise to. Pero guys, hindi ko muna i-discuss to. I will leave you to experiment on this, no? And try to see if you get 6.12. Okay? Kasi may ano dito, may magkakaroon kayo ng problem dito eh. But I hope yung kanina in-explain ko, makukuha nyo kung bakit, why you're not getting the correct answer. Subukan nyo nga, guys. And tell me if you're getting 6.12. Use NPER function here. Kindly chat, guys, kung if you got 6.12 also, if you're using the NPER function. Oh, Khalil, you got it. Theo, number error. So the rest, guys, gusto malaman kung if you use the NPER, did you get the same answer? Did you get 6.12? Okay, thank you, Khalil. Thank you, Theo, for answer. I was expecting that everybody gets also number error. And I'd like you to kinapi yung formula from cell F12. Cell F12 yung formula. Papunta sa H12. Okay. Khalil dito, sa susunod, huwag tayong mag-goal seek, no? You just use the function NPER. Okay. Let's see if we get the same answer as 6.12. Okay. I was expecting you to get yung nakuha ni Theo na answer. Class, pakitry nyo nga, NPER. Okay, tapos mamaya babalikan natin yan kasi I'm expecting you to also get the answer of Theo. And Theo, thank you for that, no? Number error. So paki-chat nga, guys, kung ano nakukuha nyo answer. Kasi may present value tayo, 1 million. May future value tayo, 2 million, di ba? So we have the rate at 12%. PMT, wala naman yan, zero yan, kasi hindi naman tayo annuity. Okay, thank you, Roy. How about the rest, guys? I expect you to get also yung same as Theo and same as Roy. Okay, more answers, please, guys. More responses, please, sa ano natin, sa chat box. Gamitin niyo yung NPER function ni Excel. About the rest, guys? Waiting, guys. Waiting for your feedback. If you use NPER, kasi ginamit natin kanina FV. Now, you can use, pag ang hinahanap mo is the number of years, the number of periods, you use NPER function. So if you use NPER function and then follow the parameters being required, then you'll be able to get ilang years. How about the rest? Hello, can you hear me? May I have feedback, guys, from the rest? Kung ano yung nakukuha nyo answer pag NPER ang ginamit nyo. Okay, thank you, Kai. Thank you. Yeah. As expected. Ganun talaga, no? Yung iba, guys. Tatatlo pa lang sumubok. Okay, thank you. Yan. Robert, thank you. Khalil, thank you. Yan. Okay, so I was expecting sana maraming sumubok. Para makikita ko yung mga answers nyo dito. Wala na, apat lang. Let's wait for others to. Ayan, okay, good. Okay. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you. Although, thank you Pauline, thank you Martin. Okay. So 6 lang. Sana I was expecting more responses from the class. Yeah. Sophia, thank you. Okay. So you'll get the number error, guys. Babalikan natin yan mamaya kasi may mali kayong ginawa dyan. Okay? All right. So I'll hold that in abeyance, but I'll explain, guys, kung bakit hindi niyo nakukuha yung 6.12. Okay, yung opposite ng compounding is discounting. Sa discounting, guys, kinukuha natin yung present value. So i-reverse natin yung problem. Okay, ito, lining ko lang dito sa 9646293. So 20 years, in 20 years, meron ka raw 9.6 million at a rate of 12%. Ano dapat yung i-invest natin ngayon? So since these are equivalent values, guys, okay, hindi dalawang values to, no? These are just equivalent values. We should be getting 1 million. Ang equivalent ng 9.6 million after 20 years, earning at 12% interest, ang equivalent niya ngayon is 1 million. So we should be getting 1 million. Okay, so let's first use the formula. So to get the present value, we use this, the discounting factor. So that's the future value times, so let's do 1 plus the rate of 12%, okay, shift 6 and then negative 20. Okay, so this is the future value times 1 plus your R raised to the negative 20. So we're multiplying it with the discount rate, discount factor, okay, and then enter. You should get 1 million. Copy natin yung format nito. Okay, 1 million siya, guys, as expected. Kasi equivalent values yan, no? Yung 1 million is equivalent to 9.646 million at 20 years time and at a return of 12%. So they're equivalent. So yung Excel function naman natin is equal to, again, guys, gagamitin natin ang negative PV, rate of 12%, NPER at 20, PMT ignore, future value 9.6 million, type ignore, there. Okay, I'll give you a few seconds to get the present value. And then please chat, guys, if you got 1 million. Paki-chat ng yes. If by performing the present value, you got the 1 million. I would appreciate, guys, kung i-chat nyo kung yes, no? Kung nakuha nyo yung 1 million. Okay, I'm waiting for the others. Dalawa. More responses, please. Okay, very good, guys. Let's have a few more. Sana mga lahati man lang. I'll be happy kung maka-20 tayo. No? Kasi that means that you're following along with the practice. Kailangan to guys sinusundan kasi pag hindi nyo, yung familiarity, pag hindi nyo, hindi nyo nakabisado yung paggamit ng function, may hirapan tayo. Okay, that's good. 30 na tayo. Let me just give a few more seconds for the rest to chat their answers, kung yes. How about the more than 50% who haven't tried the function? Okay, hanggang kay John, thank you. Wala na. 13 lang kasi guys. I hope the others also are following along. Sana ginagawa din nila sa Excel. Wala na magdadagdag dito na they got the same answer. How about the 15, 16 others? I just want to check guys kung nakuha niyo yung 1 million using the PV function. May questions ba? Kasi 13 lang yung nag-answer ng yes. How about the others? Yeah, okay. Theo, pwede rin yan, no? Doon sa formula. Pero sa function ni Excel, gagamitin natin si PV. Okay, but if you're using the formula for this one, for example, okay, yung sinabi ni Theo, let's try that, no? So that's equal to, so that's 9, the future value times, okay, or divided by 1 plus your rate raised to the time. Okay, so dito dinivide natin yung discount rate natin. Tapos positive na yung exponent. You get the same 1 million. Yan. Okay, so up to now that still remains my challenge, how to encourage everyone to participate by answering. Okay, kasi hindi ko alam guys kung bakit hindi tayo nakaka 50% pag nagtatanong ako, for example, kung if you get the same answer. Kasi it can only mean either two things, no? Number one, hindi lang talaga nakakasunod, no? Na hindi nakuha yung answer, or number two, wala na diyan sa wala na dito sa natin, sa session natin. Kasi ito nga guys yung disadvantage ng really virtual classroom kasi I can't really see where you are. Kaya yung sa ibang schools kailangan naka yung video yung When I sat in sa Lasal Green Hills, no, yung senior high school nila, they're required to show their faces on screen. Lasal Green Hills yun, when I conducted a visit dun sa an inspection dun sa finance class nila. Okay, anyway, so ganun talaga pag hindi magpa-participate yung iba. Okay, so let's go guys to annuity. Okay, yung annuity guys, as I mentioned, it's a stream of cash flows. For example, ito, so 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. It's a uniform stream of cash flows. Pare-pareho siya guys, no? It's a uniform stream of cash flows. Tapos, so for a certain period of time, this is called an annuity. Now, dalawang klaseng annuity, mali ito. we have two types of annuity. You have annuity ordinary and annuity due. Yung difference sila, so annuity ordinary begins at the end of the period. So from year 0, at the end of year 0 is year 1, dun magsisimula yung cash flow. Okay, dito tayo nagsimula, no? Kaso hindi pa kagad ano yung cash flow. It's at the end of the period. Ayan. So magsisimula dito. This is called an annuity ordinary. And on the other hand, kapag immediate yung cash flow, ito annuity due. Okay, notice that pareho lang silang limang 2,000. No? Ito nagsisimula at the end of the period. It's called ordinary annuity. This one, the cash flow begins immediately. So this is called annuity due. Okay? So sa tingin nyo guys, sino mas malaki na ano dito? Sino mas malaking future value? Si annuity ordinary o si annuity due? Paki-chat nga guys, please. Sino ang mas malaking future value? Annuity due or annuity ordinary? Kindly chat guys, please, kung ordinary or due. What annuity will now have, assuming na pareho na yung cash flow sila, parehong 2,000, parehong 5 years, which annuity will have the bigger future value? Okay, let's see the answers. Okay, Ju, okay. Khalil, Rain, thank you. Theo, Roy, okay. Pauline, yan. Correct, no? You're correct. So, mas malaki guys si annuity due. Bakit? Kasi andi dito na kagad yung cash flow natin. No? Okay? So, mas malaki yung future value niya. Siyempre, kung mas malaki yung future value niya, mas malaki din present value niya. Okay, so ganun yun, no? If the present value is higher, the future value is higher compared to another one, then the future value, of course, will be higher. If the future value is higher, then the present value will be higher. Okay, so it's annuity due that will have the higher future value or present value. Okay, so dito, i-dramatize natin to, ipakita natin yung sample na to. No? Okay. Here you have an annuity. Okay, let's just gawin na lang natin 100 pesos. No? 100 pesos. Meron tayong annuity dito na 100 pesos. Okay, for 30 years. For 30 years yung annuity natin. No? 100 pesos, annuity. This is annuity ordinary. No? Now, how do we get the present value of this one? How do we get the present value of this stream of cash flows? Well, two ways. You can get the present value of each. Kunin natin present value nito. Kunin natin present value nito. Present value nito. Present value ng bawat isa. Tapos, since nasa present values na sila lahat, no? Naka-present value na sila lahat, pwede na natin silang i-add. Okay, remember guys? Remember yung discussion natin dati? Hindi natin pwedeng i-add yung mga cash flows if they belong to different time frames. But when they're on the same time frame, then we can get their present values. We can add their present values. So quickly, let's do that. So let's have ito din, anong gagamitin natin na rate? Okay, gawin na lang natin to guys, para pareho dun sa example natin, 100. Okay, sorry about that. Let's make this 100 na lang para mas simple yung natin. Example, 10% interest rate, okay, 30 years. So, ang pinapahanap sa atin, what's the present value? Okay, if it's annuity ordinary. So, this is the scenario. Ito yung timeline natin. Meron tayong annuity ordinary, ibig sabihin, the cash flow will start at the end of the period. So, hindi sa time zero. So, dito magsisimula yan. Unlike guys, kapag annuity due, dito yung simula. So, hanggang 29 lang yan, no? Okay. There. So, na-move lang yung sa annuity due, na-move ng isang taon ahead. Okay, so let's compute, guys. The long way to compute is the, ano ba yung rate natin dito? Copy ko na lang yung 10% dito, no? Para mas mabilis tayo. So I'll put here the rate of 10%. Rate natin dito 10%. Okay? All right. So how do we compute for the present value? This is equal to negative PV. Diba? Present value hinahanap natin. Rate natin is 10%. So I'm going to, since I'm going to copy this to the right, ang fix natin yung column lang i-fix natin. No? Si S lang i-fix natin. Kasi ikakopy ko siya pakanan eh. So ibig sabihin hindi nagbabago yung ano, hindi nagbabago yung row natin. So no need to fix the row. So that's our rate. What's our N per? N per natin is this one. After year 1, year 2, etc. Comma. Actually, annuity to, no, guys? Kaso, hindi natin gagamitin si annuity function. Gagamitin natin, guys, yung individually kukunin natin yung present values nila. No? So, comma, future value natin, 100. Okay? And we're not fixing this kasi ikakopy natin to the right. Okay, so there's our formula. Okay, and then control enter. Okay, copy ko yung format nito. Okay, 2 decimal places lang. And then we can drag this. So ang ibig sabihin to, guys, yung 100 in 1 year's time, that's equivalent to 90.91 today. No? Ngayon, yung 100 pesos mo, after 1 year, is equivalent to 90.91 now at a rate of 10%. No? In 2 years' time, yung kung meron kang 100 in 2 years' time, ang equivalent niya 82.64 ngayon. Notice, guys, na habang palayo tayo ng palayo, the present value becomes smaller. Okay? Yan, tinan nyo, no? Magkano yung 100 pesos in 5 years time makukuha? Ano equivalent niya ngayon? It's 62.09. That's why, guys, we are saying that it's better to get your money now. Okay? Compared to later years, no? Okay. Kung i-compare natin to, diba? Ito, 82.64, guys, is the equivalent of your money now, your money in 2 years' time. Magkano siya ngayon? 82.64. Assuming the rate of return is 10%. Yung pera natin after 5 years' time, magkano na lang siya ngayon? 62.09. Okay? Kasi, guys, habang palayo tayo ng palayo, lumiliit yung present value. So dito, 5 pesos na lang. No? Ano ibig sabihin ng 5 pesos? This is the equivalent amount of 100 pesos 30 years from now if the rate of return is 10%. Okay? If we extend further, guys, kunyari 100 years na yan, okay, halos negligible na lang yan. In fact, pagawin natin, guys, kunyari 1,000 years, guys. So halos zero na lang yan. Okay? Kasi the further you are, guys, the lower will be the present value. Okay, any questions dito, guys? So pwede na ba natin siyang ma-add itong mga to? Yes, pwede natin itong i-add, guys. We can now add this. We can now add this So pag in-add natin siya, okay, magkano siya ngayon? Okay, so this is equal to sum. We can now add all of this kasi mga present values na to lahat. Okay, so the equivalent amount is 942.69. So in other words, guys, yung 100 na annuity, 100 pesos na annuity for the next 30 years, annuity ordinary, it's equivalent to, kung single cash flow lang siya, ngayon, 942.69. So pinalitan natin yung 100 for the next 30 years na isang amount ngayon, and that's equal to 942.69. Okay, let's use the PV functions, Excel function. So that's negative PV. Okay, ano yung rate natin? 10%. Comma. And per natin, ito gagamitin natin sa annuity, guys. No? And per natin, we have 30 periods. Comma, PMT natin is 100. Okay? 100, 100, 100. Yun ang PMT natin. No? And then, comma, there's no future value. Lahat yan yung 100, panay part of the annuity yan. And then, comma, so ignore that future value. Okay. Now, is it end of the period or beginning of the period? Is it annuity ordinary or annuity due? Paki-chat, guys, please. Okay. Wait, guys, ito tayo, Annuity, ano to? Anong annuity to, guys? It's ordinary, therefore, it's, hindi siya due, no? Ang due kasi ito yung due. This is annuity due. Okay, this is annuity due now. This is annuity ordinary. Kaya nga, anong pipiliin natin dito, guys? Is it end of the period or beginning of the period? It is end of the period. No? So that should be annuity ordinary. You can type 0 or, pwede rin, guys, another way to type 0 is ignore. No? Pag hindi natin lagyan yan, then Excel will read that as 0. No? Which means annuity ordinary. Yung previous natin, 0 din So might as well just remove this. Yan. So yung pareho yung dulo, future value is 0. Type is also 0 kasi ordinary siya. Okay, so this will still be correct kasi pag wala tayong linagay, babasahin ni Excel yan as 0. Parehong 0 siya. So control enter. There. Okay. So you got the we were able to get the present value using the PV formula, using the PMT itself, the value of your annuity, which is 100. Okay, pause muna ako, guys, kasi this might be a mouthful. Magta-time na pala. Ang bilis. Ang bilis, no? 2 minutes lang. Okay, any questions dito, guys? Okay, now let's distinguish that. Let's compare that with the, dapat meron akong space dito. I'll just move this here. Ano ba ilalagay ito? Na lang. Dito kukunin yung yung present values. So let's get the present values. This is equal to ano na lang yung function na lang ni Excel, negative PV. Rate is 10% and I'm going to fix this. Fix the column. N per is this one, 0. PMT, then future value is 100. Ignore the type. Okay, so as expected, dapat 100 yung present value ng 100. Then copy the right. So ito 19.91 natin kanina. No? Dapat pareho lang yan. So, copy to the right. Okay, hanggang year 29. Okay, 6.3. So notice guys, ang difference ng annuity ordinary at saka annuity due. Dito si annuity due, wala siyang 5.73, pero meron siyang 100. Okay? All others are the same, 90.91, pareho lang hanggang dulo. Except yung 100 minus the 5.73. That's why guys, annuity due will always be bigger than annuity ordinary. Okay, so if we add this is equal to sum ng lahat ng present values natin, mas malaki talaga si annuity due. There. Okay, 1036, samantalang 942 yung isa. Now let's use the Excel function, PV. Rate is 10%, comma. NPER is 30, diba? 30 years to. Okay, take note guys, kahit walang cash flow dito, 30 years pa rin to. Kasi nagsimula yung cash flow dito sa year 0. No? So don't be confused guys. Kapag annuity due, wala talagang cash flow sa dulo. Kapag annuity ordinary, merong cash flow dun sa dulo. Okay, that's the difference. Pero si annuity ordinary, wala sa simula. Si due meron sa simula. Okay? So the payment is 100. NPER is 30. Payment is 100. Okay, no future value. And the type is, it's at the, ito guys, beginning of the period. Kailangan ilagay natin yung 1 dyan. Okay, so that differentiates now your annuity ordinary and annuity due. Okay, so ready time. So ayan. So ayan guys. Okay. All right, so let's stop here kasi time na. So we have discussed guys hanggang ano tayo, hanggang annuity. The difference between annuity ordinary. So ito kung pwede guys, paki-compute na lang. Actually, kinumpute na natin to, pareho lang naman. So you just use the PV function. And then you compute na yung FB function for the annuity. Okay, and then for next meeting, kung wala tayong quiz guys, if I get the reply from Sir Gonowan, we'll continue with this. Otherwise, guys, mag-quiz tayo sa Thursday, ha? I-announce ko kung quiz ba. Ganito na lang. Kung wala akong announcement, guys, ibig sabihin, tuloy yung lesson natin. Pag mag-announce ako, ibig sabihin, may quiz tayo. Okay? No announcement, tuloy yung lesson. With announcement, syempre sasabihin ko na may quiz tayo. And kung pwede lang, guys, sana pag nag-announce ako, ano na lang, please, mag-noted na lang kayo para ibig sabihin nun, nabasa nyo yung message. No? I'll appreciate that. As a basic courtesy lang pag nag-announcement tapos just indicate noted or nakuha nyo. Alright, with that guys, I'll end our discussion. I'll end recording.